Maris, Fathom of Night, also known as Augur, is one of the 6 Nightlords unlocked after defeating Tricephalos. For most of you, this will be the 4th Nightlord you face, and in this video I will give you some tips on how to fight them. Let's start by talking about Maris' strengths and weaknesses. Augur is resistant to most damage types, as well as immune to nearly all status effects. This makes it rather tanky, especially considering how much it stays out of reach of your attacks, especially when playing a melee character. It is especially resistant to fire damage, so avoid it if possible. The only things the Fathom is weak to are lightning and slash. Lightning is its special weakness, although it doesn't really do anything special unlike on other Nightlords. That being said, it takes whopping 60% bonus damage from it, so do get a lightning weapon if possible. Basically, the trade-off for the fact that it's so tanky is that Maris is somewhat non-aggressive. It doesn't really attack very much. It just floats around a lot. Alright, moveset. Maris will spend most of the fight flying around the arena, only stopping near the ground briefly, which makes it really hard to hit. It will employ various ranged attacks and summons, as well as close distance attacks occasionally. Jellyfish summons. Maris will soar into the sky and start spawning multiple jellyfish that will fly towards you and explode, dealing magic damage and applying sleep build-up. The jellyfish do take a bit to explode, so you can simply run away from them. They are also targetable and pretty squishy, making them easy to kill. Maris has a special mechanic where the things it summons transfer damage to it when killed by players through these little bubbles that appear when they die. You can use this mechanic to your advantage, especially when playing a melee character, to deal some damage while unable to reach Augur. Tentacle summons. Maris will float near the ground, using its tentacles to pierce the ground. After a moment, it will cause a small, non-damaging blast and tentacles will burst forth from the ground. The tentacles will then attack any players nearby, either by horizontal or vertical swing, that are telegraphed and easy to dodge. Similarly to jellyfish, they can be killed to transfer damage to Augur. Water splash. Maris will splash a wave of water towards you. It will bounce off the ground a few times and then disappear. Dodge through the wave to get an attack window. Water charge. Maris will start spinning and then charge in a long line. Dodge away from it to avoid the attack. Water spin. Maris will spin its body while moving towards the ground. Once again, dodge away from it to avoid it. Sleep aura. Maris will soar into the sky and do a very special sound that it does only when it does this move, and then curl up, floating down to the ground, followed by straightening its body and howling. For the entire duration of this move, starting with the curl, it will apply sleep build-up to all Nightfarers in a large area around it. If sleep is applied, the player will take continuous damage for a while, usually leaving them near death when they wake up. To counteract this move, get close to Augur and hit it with all you got to stagger it out of this move. Lightning damage makes it easier to interrupt. If you're far away from Maris when it starts doing this move, you can try running out of range of it, but keep in mind that you have to get really far away. At 50% health, Maris will start soaring higher in the sky with its ranged moves and become a little bit more aggressive with its charges. In this phase, you will generally have even less opportunities to attack it. Augur will also get 2 new moves. Extended jellyfish summons. It will soar through the sky, continuously spawning jellyfish while staying out of reach of most attacks. Employ the same tactics as for the normal jellyfish summon move. And teardrop nuke. Maris will fly up and spawn a few teardrops that will slowly descend onto the ground, causing a large magic explosion, applying sleep build-up on contact with the ground. Use ranged attacks to dispose of them before they fall to deal some damage to the boss. If you don't have any means to attack them from afar, run as far as possible away from where they drop. That's all the moves it can do. As you can see, this fight is heavily favors ranged options, and going melee against it is just much more difficult. So if you struggle against this boss, I highly recommend characters like Iron Eye, Revenant or Recluse, and Duchess is also a decent option because she can use some spells. You can still do it with other classes, it will just be more difficult, although you can technically play ranged options on them, for example a Great Bow on the Raider. And yeah, that's it. This will be it for this video, so I hope you found it helpful. At the end I put the full fight against Maris, so if you want to see how it plays out in full, go ahead. and I'll see you next time. Bye!